Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Here's the latest on stimulus. Keep in mind, the stock market is soaring on expectations that stimulus is coming, and so is Bitcoin. So if you haven't gotten your 4 free stocks with Webull, know that you can trade crypto like Bitcoin and stocks on Webull. Deposit $100, they'll give you free 4 stocks worth between $21 and $1,600. Okay, let's get started. $600 per adult with the same qualifying parameters as last time. That's what we're thinking right now in terms of the stimulus check for this morning's update. I'm not sure where the $700 came from, but right now it looks like it's $600 per adult. There has been that rumor that it might be as high as $700. Potentially the $700 will come up for lower income individuals, although I'm not quite sure how much that extra $100 is really going to help. That is apparently where that might be coming from. If you make over $75,000 as a single individual or over $150,000 as a married filing jointly a couple, you will start losing your stimulus benefit by about $5 per $1,000 that you are over those thresholds. $600 per child. This might be why John Thune yesterday said double that for children. I think he might have been referencing to $600 to adults and then double that for children, aka another $600 for children. So not like it's $1,200 for children, $600 for adults. It's just $600 for everyone, basically. Now, at this point, it looks possible that a vote could be held on Saturday on this bill, and there will be no cap for the stimulus checks to dependents. So if you have 5 children or 2 children or adult dependents, college students, it doesn't matter. Everyone would qualify. There's no cap to how many dependents you can have that could receive the $600 check. Adult dependents do also qualify in the current draft. That means adult dependents like college students or senior dependents or anyone who's an adult dependent will qualify for the $600. Additionally, this current stimulus package will likely include the Marco Rubio Mixed Status Family Amendment. Previously, if one family member had a social security number and one did not, the entire family got disqualified for stimulus checks. Now, the member who has a social versus the member who has an iTIN, the person who has the social will get a check. The iTIN individual will not. However, the family's children will be eligible for checks, assuming that they also have socials. Previously, the children would have been disqualified because that one person who had an iTIN. Now, there's also talk about extending the government budget through Sunday via a temporary stopgap bill, and this would actually leave Congress working in a very rare weekend session. Expectations were that they might extend the government shutdown through to Wednesday of next week to give them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to get this done. But right now, talks are focused on Sunday. $17 billion will be set aside for airlines. Congress is fighting over $17 billion in grants going to live venue operators, and pressure is mounting as 1.4 million have filed for unemployment, including gig workers. For non-gig workers, we had 885,000 filings in just 1 week. This is much higher than the 818,000 expected. Bernie Sanders also says one of the reasons that he is so adamant about getting the largest possible stimulus checks now is that he fears Republicans are giving Democrats false hope that there will be another stimulus package under Biden, that now is the time to get as much done as possible and get the largest checks done possible. He says we should not be thinking about austerity right now. We should be thinking about helping people. Senator Rand Paul says entirely the opposite. He says we're spending too much money. We're spending money we don't have. We're at 138% of GDP, and there will be a day of reckoning. In order to get back to normal, we should just open up again and not do any stimulus, says Senator Rand Paul. So I think we can guarantee him as a no vote, and Bernie as a, well, Bernie might actually be a no vote as well, unless he gets larger checks. But it shows you some of the divisiveness on the left and the right here. Senator Rand Paul also went on to bag on masks, saying it is malpractice to tell people to wear a mask, citing that 80% of people who are getting COVID wear masks. Now, I potentially do think that there is a massive, massive communication issue in this country of no proper education on which masks work and which don't. I think many of you who watch this channel know I'm a big fan of the N95 respirators or even the P100. When I go into rental properties, I put the P100 on, and you know, that is pretty dang effective, 99.97% effectiveness. Whereas just a regular cloth mask might only be 30 to 60% effective, depending on how you're wearing wearing it. And some people say, including people like Rand Paul, that they give you a false sense of security. You put on a basic cloth mask you got off Etsy, it doesn't have any actual filtration in it. Now you actually might be exposing yourself to COVID, whereas you thought the mask might help. It's kind of a big communication problem by our government, it's sad. Anyway, the current negotiation has that unemployment will be boosted by $300 for 12 to 13 weeks. We're not exactly sure which particular week. It might just be 13 weeks as they try to get us to April 1st or maybe the end of March. That might line up as 13 weeks. In fact, if you count the weeks from January 1st through March 31st, you'll see it's 13 weeks. So that's my guess. Previously, the 16 weeks would have taken us about 3 weeks into April. So the 13, it seems like an odd number, but it's probably because they're trying to end it March 31st. Now on COVID, French President Emmanuel Macron has COVID. We also have 245,000 cases that we had in just one day, with the highest death toll ever at 3,611. 3,611 deaths in a day. Moderna will also be approving or getting their vaccine approved by the FDA any minute now. In fact, there's a good chance it's already approved by the time you're watching this, depending on when you're watching this. Anyway, that's the update we have so far this morning. We are anxiously waiting for more updates, so I will bring them to you live if necessary, if they're super fast. Otherwise, stay tuned for more, and folks, go invest in something. I'll also probably later on today be making a video about this stock Square, so stay tuned for that. Really excited about Square, especially in competition to Shopify. Thank you so much for watching, and folks, we'll see you next time.